Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Music of the Month. This is for the month of March in 2018. There's really not a lot of albums to go for this month actually. There's only 6 and I did listen to a couple that I missed in February, but I'll just gloss over what I can remember listening to that was released before March, which is, let's see, Ikari Warriors with Sundowner, which came out in February. That was pretty good, pretty solid, like punk rock sort of thing. And my first Unbroke album in Technology, also released in February. Also, just solid stuff all around. With that said, we're just going to start off with the March stuff, because I can't remember anything else I listened to that wasn't in March. So, Andrew WK with You're Not Alone gets a bit of an up. Like, I really, really enjoyed this one. It was pretty good to have like a full Andrew WK album in 9 years, I think. Like, not counting stuff he's done in Japan and live albums and EPs and stuff like that. So yeah, this was a pretty solid bit of work. Just really enjoyable, really fun, and really motivational too. I quite enjoyed this one, to be honest. So yeah, 2 thumbs up from me. I really liked it. Next is Hard Feelings by Bless the Fall. Also gets an up. I don't have as high praise for it as I do for You're Not Alone, but I did definitely still enjoy it. I feel like it was a really good call for Bless the Fall to sort of go in a slightly different direction. Because Hollow Bodies was amazing, then with To Those Left Behind, it felt sort of similar in a way, and it sort of turned me off a bit from the album. That was still a good album though, but yeah, with Hard Feelings, I mean, still pretty solid stuff, still enjoyable. Uh, Gotta move on to the next one, which is Where I Go When I'm Sleeping by a Welsh hardcore band called Casey. I really like this one. It was sort of a mix of like the more experimental hardcore that I listen to sometimes and the older stuff, I guess you could say. Uh, Once again, just a solid bit of work by a solid band who I'd never really heard a lot of before, but like I felt like, I'll add this album to my list and see if it's worth the time. And it was, so really enjoyed it, had a lot of fun. Next is an album that kind of surprised me because I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I Am Human by Escape the Fate. I was kind of feeling like going in I was going to hate it because most of the stuff they'd released was not like what I'd wanted from them, but no, they actually, it's more of what they did with Hate Me and Ungrateful before that, but sort of taken to different heights in some ways. It's not exactly the most innovative thing, but it's still an enjoyable album, and I severely underestimated how good it would be. Uh, just good stuff, fun stuff. Next, I just want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. Okay, next is Time Will Die and Love Will Bury It by Rella Tomasi. Holy crap, this is amazing. My first Rella Tomasi album, and I know they're a band that have been around for a little bit of a while. Give me a second to actually turn my lights on, actually, it's getting a bit dark. There we go, that looks a bit better. So, yeah, Time Will Die and Love Will Bury It. Really, really amazing album. I think of all the albums of March, because I've only got one more to go through after this, this is the one I can recommend that you go and find and listen to now. It's really, really good. I had a lot of fun listening to it. Just super duper enjoyable stuff. Really good experimental mathcore with a female lead singer, which sounds pretty amazing. So yeah. And lastly, we have Outsider by 3 Days Grace. Kind of the same feeling I have for the rest of the albums on for today's episode, I guess you could say. Just solid stuff. A lot better than Human was. I feel like Matt Walst is getting more into the role of a 3 Days Grace lead vocalist. It's not going to stop people clamouring for Adam Conte to return, but he's not going to. People should just get over that, I think. Still, I feel like he's having more fun now. He's definitely putting more care into lyrics. I just wish... A big problem I had with Human was that there was a lot of repetition most of the time, and Outsider is doing the right things to try and veer away from that, but it's still sort of stuck in that. Who knows, maybe by 2021 they all have learned their lesson and actually like start taking it to more heights and having more fun with it. Maybe. I don't know. But still, it was enjoyable enough. I mean, for a 3 Days Grace album, it's just decent work, I guess you could say. There's really nothing else that needs to be said. And that's all the albums for March that I listened to. Obviously, there's probably stuff I missed, because there's no way there was only 6 albums in March. But, yeah, to be honest, well, there wasn't a lot of albums, the albums that did come out in March quite enjoyable stuff, as it turns out. And for April, there's a lot more albums, so the next episode is going to be a bit longer. I'm going to count them actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 albums in total. Yeah, so I'll see you all. Not for that one, because that'll be like a month away. I'll see you all either for my next backtracking episode or for the next UFC event, whichever one comes first. As always, thank you for listening. You're awesome. Bye bye. That's the stuff. Okay, bye.